No matter what you're going through, remember that better is possible. You're going to get through it. And you're going to look back and say, man, look how far I done came. But you still got other places to go. You still got more to get. You still got more to grow. It's your time and it's coming. Let's get it.
How you going? How you doing, man?
Boy, what's up?
Am I coming in clear?
I can see you. You in there?
Okay,
What's
good.
up?
Good. Just checking. Just making sure. I'm really happy to be here today. Happy MLK Day.
True.
I did have to bring my Better as Possible mask on today. Because Corona is just going crazy out here. So you gotta be careful. You gotta stay safe. That's the name of the game.
Stay safe.
Never realized how monumental these Better as Possible masks was just gonna come in handy. The pocket, they come with the pocket.
Yeah, talk about it.
It's helpful. You know, you got that filter to keep you away from the people. And just lower those chances of getting infected. And I don't foresee myself getting infected again.
I got one quick question. How much are those Better as Possible masks?
Come on, man. Only $10. A quick $10 to save your life, but
Better as Possible. Better as possible. And where can you find those Better as Possible masks?
You can only get these at www.thebetterbrand.store.
You heard the man loud and clear. www. The boy, he's about to drink that. I see.
You can't drink while you.
It's filter. It's even filtering your drinks.
Exactly.
Come on now, stop playing with them.
Exactly. Come on.
Better as Possible podcast. Get you a Better as Possible mask if you
Yes,
haven't checked out the store yet. www.thebetterbrand.store.
Oh, and we gotta show the logo, man, which is what is it? The flag?
Salute to the better. So that is the Better as Possible flag. We will be introducing that later on this year. Salute to the better.
I like.
We got the Better as Possible flag with the hot air balloon. You already know when you're rising above all the negativity. Definitely go ahead and salute to the better.
Come on, baby.
Better as possible. www.thebetterbrand.store.
Come on.
Let's go. Loose.
Bro.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, man.
Happy
Salute
MLK.
to MLK, man.
Yeah, man, he did great. Before we touch on that, bro, they shut down Disneyland. They stopped all of the they canceled all the annual passes. They're thinking about indefinitely suspending the annual pass holders program, bro. Like what happened? Bro, Corona happened. Corona happened. Adana Kanan, what's popping? That's cause she's the best singer I ever heard in my life.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Better as Possible podcast.
Bro.
Loose.
Bro, in
you said
LA,
Disney is getting shut down.
They shut down the annual pass. Now it's still open, but they just slowing. They like, man, we need to slow this thing up. Like, we can't just have them just showing up when they want to. Like,
right.
It's bad. They said that in LA, they found a third strain of Corona. So this shit is mutating like a fucking gremlin. Like, you throw water on this shit and it's just boom. On top of that, cuz this person ever come on, man. Come on, man. Yes, and more contagious. Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah, she got me back on track.
Yeah.
Man. So
it's very much so, man.
They said it's a strand in UK that they found. Then they found another one in LA that they found that they say is mutating. And every week I hear new shit. Like a nigga done went blind off this shit. Like it's getting crazy, bro. Like I don't know what the future holds with this. And the vaccine, one of the Madura vaccines.
Yes, definitely got to.
Oh, definitely got to order them. Come on, man. I'm in my black and gold today, baby. This is my favorite one. And get a mask while you at it, you know, since this Corona's out here. But
okay. So I remember. Go ahead, follow. Go ahead.
The Moderna vaccine. They said that, like, as the people who's gotten the vaccine in LA have been having like allergic reactions to it. And
Very
like
much
they
so.
like they can tell their allergic reactions like right away, like yo. So they stopped one of the vaccines. Now they didn't say that all of the Moderna vaccines are are causing this, but only one in particular that they like cut off. So,
Okay.
Rick 4 Point, what's up?
What's up? Thank you for tuning into the Better Possible podcast. We are talking about Corona and how it is continuously spreading and mutating by the minute.
By the minute.
Like let's add some urgency on it, man. Like it is mutating like crazy, you know, because you thought you were attacking it in one form, and you're like, all right, we got this, and then you see something else. And I know in the earlier last year when we were talking about Corona, it was like, hey, this could be the new flu. And he was like, the flu's still gonna be here, but the flu is mutating just like so, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was like, all right, but Corona is a step ahead of the flu.
Yeah.
And it caused way more damage than the flu, you know? So to put that into perspective is like, how do you counteract it? You're saying, all right, we're gonna give everybody these vaccines, but the vaccines are causing folks to go even. Get you a Better as Possible mask. Boy, that boy got answers for days. Boy, you thought, I knew you had the answer. That's why I had to ask you, Luke. Get you a Better as Possible mask. If you better salute to the Better, get you a Better as Possible mask at www.betteraspossible.store.
Right.
The
vaccine is called Moderna. My bad. I think I said Moderna. It's Moderna, the Moderna vaccine. So one of those is they like, all right, we got to cut one of these batches out because it was like giving people bad outbreaks or some shit. Yeah. Allergic reactions. So, yeah, man.
But I saw Johnson & Johnson was coming out one. I was like,
a vaccine?
Don't want to go that route because Johnson & Johnson been known for bad things, cancer.
Damn.
And yeah,
man.
So no, don't.
It's.
But I think now it's starting to become that. Let's make money.
I mean, it's always been that.
Let's make money.
That's why you see like these senators and stuff like Purdue and what's the lady who just lost running
Kelly?
Yeah, so they got caught like transferring all of their stocks and stuff into these medicines and stuff. Like that's been the big picture for the, you know what I'm saying, 1%ers, but but lives are being lost. That's the scary part. Like they say, Georgia rural hospitals grow frustrated with lack of large facilities to send critical COVID patients. So this is like people who can't get to, you know what I'm saying, the city. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is bad. This is bad. If it's out there, have you ever heard of the lost kids of Rockdale County?
Was that Netflix? No, the way you laughing, I don't know if that's good. Go ahead. No. Explain it to us.
So it's this
documentary. The Lost Kids of Rockdale County.
It's this documentary they had us watch in high school, right? When we were in like a health class. And so it talks about in health class.
Oh, okay.
So it talks about these kids who grew up in Rockdale and they like had a hotel orgy party, right?
Where's Rockdale at? Where's located?
It's like Conyers, like outside, but in my mind, that's what I see when you say rural. That was rural when I was growing up. Now it's a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? You'll see more traffic, but that was rural, right?
Okay.
So they had like this chart and they had to pinpoint. They was talking about how they pinpointed who started the syphilis outbreak. Like they had
this got down bad, boy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But it's a real ass documentary that they had us watching. I was just like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, oh, they giving it up like that? And I was like, stay out of Rockdale. But this is the same fucking idea. It's the same thing, bro. Like when you talk about, well, not as gross. Well, gross, but moving on. But it's the same thing when you have to like map out where did you catch this shit from? Where did you get it? You know what I mean? And then your life is on the line, and you can't get the medical attention that you need.
Yeah,
it's scary. It's scary.
I don't know. And you know, I'm a deep thinker, and I always feel like there's some type of play being made on the back end, right? Mm-hmm. So, at one point in time, we were saying that we're overpopulated.
Oh, you
right?
going? Oh, you going there? You going
Yeah, I'm
Bill
going
Gates?
deep, right? At one point in time, we were saying that we're overpopulated.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, shoot, we're going to downplay this. And it's not, I mean, you talking about Trump was like, oh, it's not that big a deal. And, I kind of downplayed it, and then it went crazy. And it was like, oops.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Right. Now, if you had information on this or how potentially dangerous this could be, and you still downplayed it, I feel like that was a gesture on purpose, right?
Right.
People knew about this. When you saw people starting to move their money talks.
Yeah,
right?
that's the big telltale.
That is a language right there. When people move their money, that's a language.
The big telltale sign.
And that was a sign, right? And you're like, okay, there's a lot of things moving and shaking for people to just be like, oh, this is I'm oblivious to what's really going on, and this is no. You made proper plays to make sure that you were straight,
right,
before everything hit the fan. So it leads me to believe like this is gonna turn into this was made in a lab. This was kind of orchestrated by others.
No, it definitely was.
This was orchestrated, and this turned into like an extermination in a sense. And if you go back to the turn of the 19th century, there was the Spanish flu, right? Okay. And people were wearing masks during that time, and that happened for I want to say 2 years where people were wearing masks, but it eliminated a lot of people. And I say eliminated, that sucks. Like you got to put it in those type of words, but a lot of people died because of it, right?
Dang. Yeah.
And there's a saying that everybody says, and it's the truth. History always repeats itself.
Yeah.
History repeats itself. Champion is one of the most like sought out hoodies right now. That was sold in Walmart when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to rock Champion because it was like, Mom, this is in Walmart, man. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the starter joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But Champion, history repeats itself. But you learn how to do things differently and better in a sense. So I'm afraid that's what's currently going on, Luce.
Everything you say is facts, bro. That's all facts. What I will say is, yes, COVID, I believe, was developed in the lab. I think it's even more disgusting that they put patents on diseases. You know what I mean? So like that is like horrible. It's horrible to even think about it. Like, dang, this shit is all about like money at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I watched a documentary about Bill Gates. Let's break him down right quick because he's so like, first off, why is Microsoft all of a sudden invested in medical? You know what I'm saying?
I was talking about this earlier today. I said, hey, rich folks, they brag different. They flex different. I saw Bill Gates just like purchased the most farmland ever. He has the most farmland in the nation or something like that. Like it's something that it was like, hey, I brag different.
But like that's a telltale sign. It's like, why are you buying so much land right now? What are you doing? When you see stuff like that, like that's scary to me. So it's like, yo, okay, why are we taking medical advice from Bill Gates? That don't freak me out.
Doctor.
That freaks me out. He's not a doctor. He ain't took one medical class.
I think his wife's a doctor or
he
something, but it still don't matter.
College. Like, come on. Okay, so
he didn't finish college.
Come on. Okay, so on top of that, he is awkward. He's like the smart, awkward guy.
Y'all hear my son crying?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, it's good.
It's
cool, crew. So when you think about Bill Gates, like if you listen to him talk, he'll be smiling, like he'll be talking about something depressing, but he'll be saying it with a smirk on his face. Like, yeah, 100 million people have died, and he'll be smiling at you while he says something like that. Like it's so awkward. But the documentary I saw on YouTube, they was basically breaking it down. Like he was talking to Ellen. She was like, hey, so happy to see you again. And he didn't even know how to like communicate normally. He was just like, yes.
Like Asperger's.
He was just like, damn, bro, like why you so fucking awkward?
You got like Asperger's.
Oh, you can't just put. I mean,
Like he may have like a certain form of
autism on the
I
spectrum.
wouldn't say that, but more so like he doesn't communicate with people who just like regular. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
his
saying?
social
He's like,
shit.
y'all don't talk like me. We don't have nothing to talk about.
Socially, he's just not there.
You want to talk about these computers? Yeah, I'm gonna run them up. You know what I mean? You want to talk about me like being wealthy and being one of the most wealthiest people in the world? Yeah, I'll run them up. You know what I'm saying? We can talk all day about that, and I think
I don't
that's
think
what
he
it
can
is.
even
It's
talk
like
about that normally. I ain't gonna lie to you. He can't even talk about it. He's not normal.
he's not normal. He's just a
That's what
mad
I'm saying, like-
scientist. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying he different. So
But-
you know what I'm saying? And the country is just like taking medical advice from him.
Because he has money rules the world. When you got money, man, you got power. When you got power, man, it's very, very. You got to be very
Put it
wise
like
with
this.
what you do with that power.
This nigga been talking about viruses affecting the government for like the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was already on this shit. So I think he just pressed the button. I was like, all right, I'm ready to lunch. I'm ready to lunch the new COVID.
I feel like now this is far out. Mind you, hey guys, thank you for tuning into the Better as Possible podcast. Follow me.
We here,
I
yeah.
feel that this is one of those situations where it's like I've been the richest person in the world for so long. This dude Jeff Bezos and all these other people are coming out of nowhere.
Oh,
And they think they're gonna take my throne.
I see.
I brag different. Like you're saying I'm awkward. Like you're saying he's an awkward person in a sense. That's a tug. That's a punch in the gut, bro. You know how hard I've been working to make this money and be the richest person in the world, and somebody come out of nowhere. That's bragging different. That's like, oh, I'm gonna own all the farmland. You know who? Hey, you're Jeff Bezos. You're starting to own grocery stores, fresh foods, and all that. Well, I own the farmland that stuff's about to come from.
Okay, I see where
you still gonna pay me.
I see where you
Hey, COVID, I'm already on it. You know what I'm saying? So
did you say I already own it?
He's already on it. He's like, hey, I already see what's about to happen. I'm investing in this. Y'all gonna have to pay me. The whole world's gonna have to pay me again. I'm already on it. I'm on top of it. I'm ruling the world. Like in a mad way, I'm ruling the world.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, man.
But that's what power do to you, man. If you don't, I think somebody who said it, money only amplifies who you truly are. So if I got more money and more power, more respect, I can do whatever I choose, and who's gonna stop me?
Dang. That's sad.
That's the sad world that we live in.
Yeah.
But think about instances when people got money, they got power, and people respect them because of their status.
Mm-hmm.
So they can say, they can do, they can whatever they choose, and people just like, man, that's all so did. Man, that's crazy. But shoot, man, like before you know it, it's a trend. Or it's news that's still putting money in folks' pockets.
Right.
So Bill Gates, man, y'all be keep an eye out on Bill Gates. Like I said, he just bought the most land when it comes to the farmland. I feel like that was a play.
Bro.
That was a play on something, man.
That's scary, bro.
He's making moves, he's making waves. Just be mindful. And we should not be taking medical advice from Bill Gates. He does computers. Just come on. That's common sense, y'all. Come on now. Don't play with me. This man does computers.
Oh, I had another fact. Whites are receiving COVID-19 vaccines at a significant higher rate than blacks.
I think that's because blacks do not trust. They don't trust it. Just being completely honest, man. I can't find no other way to say it. I was gonna try to be political. The blacks don't trust it. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Drew with the valid statement.
Come on,
computers
man.
have viruses too. Boy, you smart. What? But how you diagnose them is not by giving COVID shots. Don't do that, Dr. Drew. Don't do that. Don't play. But when you're saying when you're saying like blacks just don't, we're not gonna go for that, right? Sad but true, right? But even think about how COVID first rolled out. It was like I remember folks was they was happy. They was like, black folks ain't getting it like that. We good.
Oh yeah, I remember the fake.
And they let their guards down. They let their guards down all the way down. I don't even know how that rumor started, but I remember seeing the internet and you saw memes and everything like. Look at black folks looking at all these people getting COVID and we good. You know, our melanin is holding up. Man, that was a setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with me.
Yeah, I think they had a little spike after that. But what I will say is Atlanta has some of the lowest COVID numbers. So I don't know how it's working. You know what I mean? Sometimes Atlanta you hear like
Wakanda. Stop playing.
Come on, man.
It's Wakanda. Atlanta ain't never closed.
You're right.
It ain't never closed. It was open. It was open before it was open. Before they let everybody know that it was open, it was already open.
Wide open, like a freaking party.
If anybody want to visit Atlanta, it's wide open. It don't look like the Wild Wild West out here. It's wide open. There's parties, there's bars, there's good-togethers, there's all of that. You see what that man got on. Get you a mask from the Better as Possible. Get you a mask from the Better brand. God, dog. Get you a mask.
And we got the little slots in there, bro. We got the little slots, you know what I'm saying? Put your filter in there. Make sure you...
Boom. Make sure you mask up and salute to the Better.
You know what I'm saying? Can't get no air out there. It's good. It's good to go, bro.
That's a good demonstration. I think you just sold that.
Come on, man. Did I?
10 of them just got sold, just like that, boy. God, dang, that boy out here. He's still selling them, boy.
It's a natural sale.
You don't need no car salesman when you got loose. Stop playing with me.
Did the demonstration do it? That demonstration did it.
Hey, you got him on the demonstration because you didn't feel no wind. You didn't feel no air on that hand because you feel well, I told you. You blew hard too now. Hey, real Better as Possible mask. Get you a salute to the Better. You see the Better flag, the Better brand flag. You see it. Salute to the Better.
So yeah, I will not be getting the COVID vaccine because one, I already feel like I have the antibodies for at least one of them strands, so I should be good to go there. There's just two more that I gotta worry about, but I got a mask, so I'm gonna be good. Sanitizing, cleanliness is godliness, and I think I'm gonna be good to go there, right? But just looking at America's past says like, hey, we're gonna put the bullshit on the black people. So
boy.
I mean, you know what I mean? Tuskegee experiments, injecting
every
people
experiment.
syphilis.
Why you don't skip over them? Every experiment.
Yeah. Why?
Our black women die during childbirth at an alarming rate.
Alarming rate.
Like there's every experiment. There's something that goes wrong.
When you tell, when the last time you been to the hospital? I'm diabetic, so I gotta go a lot. So
I mean, when I had crew.
I've noticed that crew. Okay, so I noticed that if when I go to the hospital, if we mention something to a doctor, we gotta really like sell it. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be like, yo, I've been having stomach pains, like, and then they'll be like, oh, maybe some Pepto. But it's like, yo, maybe I have an ulcer, like, like hear me, like hear my pain. I remember KP was getting her epidural. I might have spoken on this. She was getting her epidural, and she like we prepped for this. We went in there. She had scoliosis, and we brought her X-rays and everything. Headed them to the doctor on the day of her prep. We did that like 2 weeks prior to having Logan. On the day it was time for her to have the baby, they didn't look at anything we gave them. The person we handed it to, no idea where she was. Just a group of new people, didn't take no precautions, didn't listen. She's like, yeah, that's painful. I feel everything that you're doing. They kept poking her with like this needle and shit. And it was just like, bro, and I'm standing there like, and I'm trying to be cool because I'm like, I've never done this before, but I couldn't hold it anymore. I was like, all right, wait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which one of y'all gonna do this? Bro, can you do this? Like he's like stabbing my wife like over and over again. Like it probably was like 4 or 5 times. In Far Eastern countries, you pay when you are well and you don't pay when you are sick. Here, the dollars follow the diagnosis. Damn.
Everything's about a check over here. That's the sad thing, right?
Exactly.
But to your point, Luce, it's like there's been what are these? You see what I'm saying?
Air quote.
There's been studies saying that Black women are more susceptible to pain, and so when they're saying, "Oh, it hurts," they're like, "No, it really don't hurt. That's just in their mind." No, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an issue. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when Shanice was having crew, it was more so like the doctor who was supposed to deliver him, he wasn't available.
That's like it always happens.
But crew came early. Crew came earlier than what expected. So Shanice was just like really, really like, "Hey, I'm good. I'm straight, and my stomach hurt a little bit, but I'm good." And we was about to go to the get her feet done and everything like that. And she was like, "Man, I'm really feeling bad right now." I was like, "Well, shoot, we ain't gonna play no more. We're going to the doctors." You know what I'm saying? So we had to go a little early. And crew came on the 16th. Shout out to, it's Tupac's birthday. So yeah, that's pretty dope. But the point was like, yeah, when she was saying she was in pain, there was those awkward moments where it's just like, "Hey, I got to reiterate for her. Hey, she said she don't feel all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing, and that goes to like when we're talking about tests, when we're talking about shots, when we're talking about all these different things, it's like, I don't want to be the one to fall for the okie doke. I don't want to be the one who's so trusting of the government or so trusting in, here we go again, Bill Gates, that we take this shot and it forms a mutation or something, or it sterilizes our men or something, like sterilize. Is that the word? It's like we can't produce anymore. It gives us something that we can't produce anymore. Let's just put it like that. Like what could be the effects of this? And it's like, okay, well, these people did this happened. Some people are really good. Some people are having the worst.
Some people's face is sliding off.
See, I can. Come on now, I can. Come on, stop playing with me. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. Come on,
I know. Like half of the people I've seen some shit where them niggas say they whole side of their face not working, and they say they putting computer chips and tracking us. In the fucking.
That's I Am Robot. That's definitely I Am Robot.
They trying to put computer chips in those necks. Nah, they said that this virus got the nanos in them.
That's where Bill Gates come in.
You know what I'm saying?
Bill Gates is saying, "Hey, so this was exactly what we're gonna do."
That'll do it. Hey, you ever seen this movie called Big Hero 6?
The cartoon?
Yeah.
I seen bits and pieces of it.
It's a movie. That shit hard. I just watched it the other day. But them little nanobites, that's what they putting in our bodies. Them shits like that.
I think it's more iRobot.
Come on, same shit. Same shit.
I just don't. I mean, the African American community is not trusting of the government, right?
Come on, man.
And it goes to show. I mean, you just saw these people run amok
at the Capitol.
At the Capitol, all white, and people was getting help down the stairs. Police was escorting these people into these buildings.
Official room. Okay. Official room.
It's escorting them.
Come on,
like come on, bro. This is where they hold this meeting at. Yeah, you want like this was a museum
shit, bro,
or something. And then you see for a Black Lives Matter rally or a peaceful protest, these people are armed and dangerous. And I'm not talking about the people who protesting. I'm talking about the military. I'm talking about everybody else for a peaceful protest.
Right.
Nothing was peaceful about them storming the
Capitol.
Peaceful.
Nah.
They had a whole buffalo head on his head.
I really want to know, does COVID take a break when groups of others?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to know, like,
because the numbers didn't spike when there were protests in Minneapolis, Atlanta.
I wonder how that worked, man. I like to know who.
It just shut down. It's just.
I like to know
nah,
who
bro.
got
That's
sick.
off limits, bro. You gotta let them do that. You gotta let them do what they're doing. Off limits, bro. Don't do
COVID
that.
just chill. Like, nah, we're gonna take the day.
COVID, bro. You gotta chill, bro. This is bigger than us. This above us.
Right. I think
and
that's
then when
funny.
you get back to the grocery store, you be like, all right, that's when we back on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was bad.
You're right.
Sorry.
Nah, you making a lot of sense. So, just to take a bet right now. Do you foresee zombies or aliens coming first? Which one coming first, zombies or aliens?
Because people's faces are going sideways, I think it's going to be the zombies, and it's going to be like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. That do make sense.
Right? Because people are starting to start. There's going to be some deformities that take place due to the COVID vaccines, and that's going to start passing through bloodlines, right? And it's going to be like, okay, I think it's going to be more so the human race will not be the human race anymore. You know,
aliens are here. They run the government. White people are easier to control, so they empower them. Come on, bro. This nigga is smart, bro. Like
Dr. Drew.
Dr.
Don't
Drew.
never let us down. Dr. Drew. That's why, boy, don't never let us down. I did see something crazy about like Trump and time traveling and stuff like that. It was real weird. But the crazy thing about it was Drew had just told me about Tesla. He had just told me, he was like, hey, Flint, there's this one scientist way back in the day. He was like, he's one of my favorite scientists. His name was Tesla.
Nikola Tesla.
And he was like, he invented like the laser gun, and he invented like a time traveling. But nobody really believed that he had a time traveling. But then there was correlation to like the Trump family, because Trump's grandfather studied Nikola Tesla's. Yeah. And he studied the time travel machine, and all of a sudden it was like, nah, ain't nothing here. That sound like a Trump thing, you know? It definitely sound like a Trump thing. Yeah. COVID ain't nothing here. Ain't nothing here. Don't worry about it.
I definitely read that. I definitely read that, and I definitely believe that.
I was like, and then his son's name is so-and-so Trump. And I was just like, oh, shoot. I was like, man, come on, man. I got too much time on my hand to be thinking about that. I was like, oh, dang, this boy do look weird now, you know what I'm saying? He look like he been here.
Yeah.
He's very, he's not very childlike. You'll never see him playing the games or running around. He's just really suit and tied up. Like,
nah, you might be on to something there. Riley June Williams, thank God, man. Let's give a hand clap to all the officials that have captured this woman who allegedly stole the laptop from Nancy Pelosi's office. She's been arrested and charged, and I think she's done. I think that's wonderful.
Very much so.
Yeah.
How do you feel about? I mean, right now we're talking. I mean,
just throw it out there, man. Whatever.
I saw an article in reference to Kyrie Irving, right? Kyrie Irving's been in the news. He's been in the news for a lot of things. He skipped a lot of games, and I feel like he skipped games because he was at a party. You know what I mean? And he kind of put himself out there, so he was like, man, let me get my days away from y'all. And I'll blame it on mental problems.
On this dude. Why was Shannon Sharp going so hard on him, bro?
Cause Kyrie be doing his own thing. He like a hard-headed kid, but he really means well. But he does a lot of things unorthodox, and people don't appreciate it, right? Because it's like, dang, bro, you're supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to be one of the leaders in the league. Right. But because you're very strong-willed and you believe in what you want, and you stand for what you want, you go about it that way. So, Kyrie Irving kind of missed some games. He missed like 6 or 7 games, and he was just like, he ain't talking to his coach. He's hardly communicating with his teammates. And they're like, hey, Kyrie, what's up with you? And then they come and find out, like, Kyrie's been at a party. So it calls him to, he has to be, secluded from the team. But then you see a news article that Kyrie Irving bought George Floyd's
family's home, right?
George Floyd's family home. Say it again, boy. Tongue twister. George Floyd's family's home. And you're like,
there you go.
This dude is really a good dude. He's really a good dude. Like,
that's
he
great,
means
man.
well.
Yeah, that's great. I guess it goes on. I guess it goes to say like that on and off the court balance.
Yeah.
I kind of see what the problem is with him not showing up to games, not communicating. But I'm sure there's a legitimate reason. Now, off the court, the dude has great commercials. You know what I'm saying?
Kyrie's
He's
really
giving back. He's shouting out HBCUs. Like, I think for the most part, he got his head on straight. Okay, so
he was very strong about not starting the NBA bubble because he was like, it's going to distract away from what's really going on when it comes down to black people being injustice to the black community. So he was very strong-willed about that. And now that we're back to playing basketball, you see that it is still on his mind. It is still like, I need to do something for the people. You know what I mean? Like with George Floyd. Okay, I'm going to buy his family's home. Like, they don't have to worry about nothing. You know, that's good. Didn't he say the earth was flat? He did say the earth was flat. He partakes in they don't test for marijuana no more in the league. They don't do that. So, you gotta call him slipping, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he may think the world is flat, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the world is I'm not gonna do it, but I'm just saying, where water fall out at? You know what I'm saying? Like, where it fall off? If it's a whole sphere, water ain't dropping.
I don't know. I don't want to touch that.
Go ahead. Let's next. I hit y'all with that. I stumped y'all, boy. Yes, sir. He was like, man, where water go? Is it in place? Like,
I don't know, man. But why? Okay, so why would Kyrie and LeBron bump heads?
Kyrie, in that situation, Kyrie was doing that was his quote unquote team, right? He was running Cleveland while Bron was in Miami.
Okay.
Right. So when you say, bruh, I've been busting my tail and I'm the leader. This is my team. And then Bron comes and he's the hometown hero. He's Bron James. He's the best player in the league. And he say, bruh, I ain't even got to tell you this is my team. You already know what's happening. You know what I mean? You already know this is me. Cleveland belong to me. So that's gonna rub anybody. Like, you're an athlete. That's ego.
So how do you feel about Harden and Durant, like being all on the floor together?
Kyrie better get right or get left.
Like, okay, so I wouldn't even say Durant because
I
Durant
think it's dynamic. It's a very dynamic team.
Durant can do anything, so he's pretty much good to go. But when I think about Kyrie and Harden in the same space, is there enough room for them to like play? Kyrie getting traded. See, I hope not. I would hope not, because I think like if they like figure out the chemistry, they'd be a huge contender.
Dr. Drew says Kyrie's getting traded. Dr. Drew, I think that if Kyrie continues to cause issues, he's painting the picture to get him up out the door. But he's painting such a horrible picture for him. It don't matter how great you are, you're starting to become a sour apple, right? Like you're a bad apple. You're not going to be good for our team. You're going to cause problems. So you're going to be slowly moving yourself out the league. I think that they could work together. All great scorers, all great in whatever they bring to the game, whether it's shooting, whether it's getting to the basket, whether it's creating shots, whatever the case may be. Those three are some of the best in the league. I would hope that they would be able to get it together and dominate the East. Yeah. At least contend against Lakers. I mean, Golden State ain't really that hard right now, so I think it's going to be the Lakers. Lakers are the Clippers.
Yeah.
But they gotta. I mean, you gotta step up and you gotta really. What's the bigger picture for you?
Okay. I like what you just said. He said first Harden got to run point, Kyrie got to play off more like Westbrook did, that sounds crazy for him to. That sucks. And then if you don't want to be 2, he definitely not trying to be 3, and that is
the truth.
He might be 3.
He is 3 because KD's number 1. Let's be honest. KD's really number 1 on that team. But KD's such a chill player where he's like, man, I don't really want the spotlight. But KD's really number 1.
He's an assassin, man.
He can do whatever he wants on that court.
Like 45 points. I blinked. And before I knew it, this nigga had 45 points. I was like, bro, I just went to go get some nachos. What happened?
I think if you allow Kyrie to be the true point and let him facilitate instead of work, and his role be like, you don't have to be the scorer. That may be hard for him to understand, but you facilitate. You get this done. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get this done.
Be best for him. Might be best.
So,
I just hope the chemistry's there, man. I hope it ain't no bullshit.
Kyrie got to put it together, man.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Mod the God. Just purchased a t-shirt from the Better brand.
Dang, he just announced it just like that.
Hey, big blessings, man. When you doing a podcast and you see somebody done bought something from the store, man, big blessings. Thank you. We appreciate that, man. Hey, the Better Brand store. Shop there. Get your hoodies, get your shirts, get your face mask.
This is an infomercial.
Hey, I saw it pop up.
Oh yeah.
Hey, big blessings, man.
Dang, yeah. Oh, well.
Dr. Drew on fire. If Kyrie run the point, Harden gonna get fat and leave. Bruh, I think Harden. I mean, he's definitely good at creating the shot, but if he's coming off the screens and he can get the pick and pops for the threes, I think he's on right there. And that's like when they won in Cleveland and J.R. Smith and James Harden, way different players, but something similar to where, hey, James Harden can get hot at any time and can knock down any shot. All you got to do is give him the opportunity. So have him running around, getting open, and he's going to be able to pick and pop.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
On to next subject. While we're still on sports, Luce.
Uh-oh. I see
MLK,
hold on. I see you just took a deep breath. I know this shit's about to get sad. This nigga said, all right.
Yeah, we done had our fun. Let's get into some real stuff. No. Shout out to definitely pay our respect to Martin Luther King, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For everything that he's done. Like, you look at 2021 now, and you see all the changes that's happened, but there's still work to be done. So, salute to Martin Luther King for having a vision, you know what I'm saying, and having a big dream and really working towards that and showing people, you know, that it is possible, showing people that it's worth it to work together than to have so much hate and so much animosity towards one another. So definitely salute to Martin Luther King. Thank you for everything that you have done, and we continue to fight for what's right.
Sure, man. With
that being said, Luce, the NFL is pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Because there's so many African-American coaches that deserve a head coaching job, right? And they're going as far as trying to put out incentives to be like, hey, if you talk to a black coach in possible position to, we're gonna give you draft picks, or if you hire a black coach, we're gonna give like what? Why are we like that when these guys are very much like qualified? They have the qualifications, right? Yeah. I just saw the Los Angeles Chargers hired a coach who has only like 4 years of experience in the NFL. Never played in the league. He's only been a defensive coordinator for 1 year. I'm like, how? And you have these black coaches who's played in the league, so they already got playing experience, who's coached in the league, and they coach at a high like scale. These like they're already succeeding, and it's always like, oh well, you're good enough to be a coordinator, but you're not good enough to be a head coach. But this dude who has never had a head coaching position, who's only been coaching defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator, how does that work? This is what Martin Luther King was fighting for, like equality. Like we should have this equality, and it shouldn't be us pulling teeth to get what should be rightfully ours.
Well, I like the way you look at it, because you look at it from a perspective of like what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and they're wrong. But when you look at owners and everyone else in the room of these like sports teams, like especially football. Football, I would say, is behind jail is the closest thing to slavery. You know what I'm saying? And it's hidden and glamour and money and that. So I told you about this show Billions, man. And the guy on Billions, basically, you ever watch that show on Showtime, Billions? No? Okay, so basically it's this dude who does like stocks and stuff. He's like a billionaire. He's rich as fuck. But he wanted to buy a football team. But like he did some shady shit like in the past to one of the guys. So they was like, nah, nigga, we not letting you in here. Like this is a privilege. This is when you own a team, this is privilege to like to be able to own that. That's how you know you're a real American and really have power in America. That's how you know you're a staple, basically. Basically gave him the whole spiel. But that's the same idea. It's like they're not opening roles for black people or others because it's their room. You know what I mean? It's like being in a fraternity. It's like it's like being in a certain fraternity where when you can walk in a room and say you in trouble. Say you in trouble and you and the judge is in the same fraternity as you. You know what I mean? It's that kind of power. You know what I mean? So are the black men that are applying for these jobs, are they connected in that way? Because I can almost guarantee that the white dudes who have the job are.
And it's sad, right? Because it's like you didn't even put in the work to get connected, right? These guys, it's kind of like you're only good enough to be this. You can't be nothing else but this. Or like you're only good enough to play in the field.
It's like we only gonna give you a little inch. So don't even try to take the mile. We're gonna give you a little inch. You know what I mean? And just like all things, a little bit more time and we'll see more. A little bit more time, we'll see more.
No, bro.
A little bit more time.
But it's like it's 2021.
I like how you always bring up it's 2021. Like
I'm like, bro, they've been doing the same stuff since I just watched One Night in Miami, right?
Oh yeah, great movie.
Great movie. And you're talking about a Jim Brown. And you say, okay, Jim Brown. He was like, hey, bro, y'all saying that I can't act and play football? All right, well, I'm not going to play football no more. Y'all were trying to put the foot on me and tell me what I can't do. It's either you do it, you abide by my rules, or you get up out of here. And he was like, well, I'll just start my acting career.
Right.
You know? And he's famous because of, stepping away from the game and really doing what he wanted to do.
Bro, we forget why are we like that where we just forget? Like the NFL kicked Kaepernick out and had a whole fucking like Capitol riot.
Yeah.
Through the NFL. They called us every name and basically just disregarded everything that we were saying. And then turned it around and said it was about a flag. This is the same league. And
then came right back around in 2020 and said, oh, we get it, but still won't give Kaepernick a chance.
Right.
We finally get it.
Yeah, they like, nah, just give us the money. We need more viewers. Just say you get it so we can move on. Like, that's I hate the NFL. I ain't gonna lie. I hate it.
That's tough.
I hate it because it's so blatant. At least some sports hide it. But the NFL is just so blatant, bro. It's like it's really a slap in the face, bro. I hate it.
I don't hate it, but you know me because you know the background is like, bro, play ball, like all that good stuff. Like I work with future NFL players, so ex-NFL players, I rub shoulders with them and everything. But when you start putting that out there, like it is.
I mean, know who you work for.
Yeah.
And then, are these guys going in to try to just play the game? Or are they trying to go in to make a change? Like, I don't know how I don't know.
And honestly, you're right. Like some of them look at it as, I mean, you made a valid point, and this is gonna have to be something else. Like we're gonna have to have this discussion, further discussion at a later time, or possibly just extend this. But you look at some of the situations, it's just like, yeah, like I'm trying to get my family out of a situation. We are coming from the mud, and football is my only way to get up out of here. You know, football is my only way. So I'm not thinking about business. I'm not thinking about nothing. I just know that if I run this ball, if I catch this ball, if I hit these people enough, and if I do it on a high level, I'm able to get paid. I'm able to get paid a lot of money.
Right. And I'm totally not mad at that. I'm not mad about that. Like, you got to get your bread. You got to do what you got to do to get your bread. You got to, and you're going to create revenue for people. Now, what I will say is that there's no one way to break down barriers. In fact, I always say this: you got to do multiple things to break down barriers. We got to have Kaepernick. We got to have the black quarterback or mixed quarterback who
Mahomes.
Yeah, we got to have that. We got to have all these moving parts. Who's the black head coach? We gotta have all those moving parts. You know what I mean? And that's why when you just said that, when you brought up Night in Miami, it's that is black people. That is we're you gotta have Malcolm X being political. You gotta have Jim Brown playing ball and saying, no, I'll act as well. You know, they wouldn't let that man in the house. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Knew his family and everything. It was like, nah, you know we don't let him. I'm on now.
Right. You gotta have Sam Cooke being able to get on these white shows, and you know what I'm saying? His shit was cookie cutter, but he hit you with that change gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have multiple moving parts to make change. It's not just gonna be one person. That's why when you look at Malcolm X or you look at Martin Luther King, if you look at W.E. Du Bois or Frederick Douglass, they always try to say, like, no, I'm right. And then another person says, no, I'm right. No, you guys are both right, but you both have to do it. You both have to do what you're going to do, because we're breaking down doors. There's not just one way in. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the quicker we learn that, man, the more better we're going to be.
Yes. Better is possible. Understand that.
Yes, sir.
And as we're continuously learning, growing, and developing, like, see the big picture. Don't just think that it has to be just one certain way. Like, see the big picture and see how you can connect the dots and create better change. Like Dr. Drew was touching base. He was just like, hey, don't act like the black quarterback isn't a new thing. Like Michael Vick, you had Warren Moon, you had I'm trying to think about his name. The first black quarterback who won the championship out of Washington. I know all of this, that he wore number 17. All of this. I cannot think of his name right now. Came from Grambling, or came from Grambling. I can't think of his name. Somebody help me. But they for so long you've been pushing for the black quarterback, and they're like, no, quarterback cannot be like that. They just wanted the white quarterback. The white quarterback is the leader. Doug Williams, thank you. Thank you. Doug Williams, yes, much respect to Doug Williams, the first African-American quarterback to win a Super Bowl for the Washington Redskins. You have those situations, and you're like, hey, no matter how much you try to push back and say, no, it's not supposed to be this way, we're still going to find a way to do it, you know? You have a Lamar Jackson who's straight Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, any interview you hear him, he doesn't change and try to be more proper. He's Florida. He's a great quarterback. He's a great athlete. And I told y'all I was a great athlete. I told y'all I was going to play quarterback. I told y'all I was going to play quarterback at a high level. He won MVP last year. You got Patrick Mahomes, whose dad was a professional baseball player. And you're like, you're good enough to play baseball. Well, I want to play football. You know what I'm saying? You have a Russell Wilson, married to a Sierra. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, look at this transformation. You know, because when he came into the league, he had a white wife. You know what I'm saying? And he just switched it up. And Future had a Sierra, and Sierra
he got his fade right and everything, didn't he?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was like, you know, things done changed. But people will look at it and you're like, okay, oh, now the new quarterbacks are going to be like this. And now you're starting to put, now they're looking at Trevor Lawrence coming out of the league or coming into the league from Clemson. He's like, he's one of the new prototypical quarterbacks. It's like, nah, bro, that's been the black quarterback ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A quarterback who can really run and get out of the pocket and really make plays on their feet, but can also throw the ball.
Right.
Now you're saying, oh, well, Trevor's the prototypical, and he's a great quarterback, really, really good, and a stand-up guy. Met him, cool dude, but I wouldn't say that, you know, you're going to give him that credit that he's the prototypical quarterback when there's been black athletes doing the same thing for so long.
Correct.
Keep on breaking down those barriers.
I agree.
Keep on believing that change is going to come, but keep on working towards that change happening.
Yeah.
The better is possible in every aspect of life. It don't have to just be loose way. It don't have to be just Flint way, but it could be all of our ways and just going towards a common goal.
That's it.
Better.
That's it.
What's the better? Wear the mask at again, because that's what we need to be saluting to. We need to be saluting to the better. If y'all don't know this, hey, you see the mask? Salute to the better, man.
You see that detail? You see that detail on that hot air balloon, bro? Come on, baby.
Better is possible, man.
Yes, sir. The inauguration is coming this week. Trump said he won't be there.
We already knew that.
They say his last flight on the Air Force One.
That boy is an idiot, boy. Trump.
This nigga tried to have
he's still the president, but
he
man,
tried to have
this guy here.
He tried to have a send off, wanted the military and everything. The Pentagon denied it. They was like, hell nah.
Yeah, he was like, I want a military send off. Like, show me some respect. And it was just like, man, you done brought so much. You put a sore on America with your pouting and your antics. Come on, brother. Yeah, don't do that, man. Just leave, bro. Just leave. Go far away, man. Go to a golf course. Go just marinate down there, man.
One thing I hope is that we don't forget all of the people that co-signed Trump. All of the senators, all of the governors, just all the NFL, all of the companies, all of the people that Home Depot. We just need to remember all of the people that co-signed Trump. And let's remember all of the fuck shit that Trump did. I'm talking about throwing kids in cages who can't find their moms. Just saying, black people, what the hell do you got left? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, what do you got to lose? Like, we just need to remember this.
Boy, he was as pure evil at times.
He literally
We're gonna build a wall
because
because the Hispanics are stealing our jobs, and it's just like, come on, bro.
Bro, come on.
Putting so much fear into the nation, putting so much hate into the nation. Man.
We do not need to forget any of that. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of fuck shit, and a lot of fuck people co-signed him. You know what I'm saying? Now they're trying to separate themselves. Giuliani said, nah, I won't be his lawyer during the impeachment. Like, nah, we remember you, Giuliani.
Nah, bro. You ain't slick. You ain't slick, bro. You ain't getting off. You ain't getting off on that one, bro.
We remember all that shit, bro. Like, so don't forget what all the trouble this nigga Trump has caused, bro. We gotta remember that. Don't forget. I need to make a list of just like all the people, all the senators and shit that just like co-sign this nigga. I can't believe
you're guilty. Nah, you guilty too.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm so happy that Biden is coming in, bro. Like, and the first thing he need to do is hit us with the stimulus. Second thing he need to do is go ahead and give us he said he's gonna give us 10 racks on the student loans. He need to go ahead and make that 50. You know what I'm saying? That'll help me out just a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? Clean that credit up, get me up to like a 700. I'd be really happy about that. And if he do that, bro, he could be the greatest president we've ever had, or I've ever had. I don't know about all them other niggas like, but if he do that, just give me a little 2 bands, boom, boom, and then clean up these student loans, bruh. I might paint the nigga.
This man crazy, man. It's just been another episode of the Better Responsible Podcast.
We out this bitch, man. We thank y'all, man.
Hey, we love y'all, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love, man. We appreciate you. Understand this,
the
man.
black and gold is my favorite. I think what you in? You in the red and white?
The red and white. The red and
Red
white.
Okay. Better
And then we got the mask.
Got the mask on. You know what I'm saying? COVID is running rapid. Make sure you get you a mask. And they are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Breathable, but also a lot of protection. They come with the little filter slots.
True.
Boom. So we up in there, man. Thank y'all, man. Oh, and it's the new logo too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So look out for that new logo. Better State of America. And it looks like we're really hitting the better state of America. That's great.
You welcome. You welcome. Salute to the better.
Yes, sir.
Better as possible. We'll catch y'all next week, 10 p.m. Better as possible. Let's go.
Peace.
You got this. Remember that better is possible. No matter what you're going through, remember that better is possible. You got this. You got this. Remember that better is possible. No matter what you're going through.